Hey everyone, it's Throwback Thursdays. I got my throwback gear on back in 2004. Edmonton had this art with these buffalo. At the university, one of the buildings' glass roof kind of broke. CompuCenter at Southgate. The Sony store had their original Sony store branding on it. Over time, movie theater prices have actually dropped. The ticket price was $13.95. Sony Image Station was still around. This picture was my first picture of the day. It featured a few of my photos actually, and they picked this one. Hub Mall, the world's longest mall housing unit. The roof there as it was originally built. Once a year, our church would do Looney Lunch. It was always the busiest Looney Lunch. Stamps were 49 cents, and I mailed a whole bunch of letters for the UofA concert choir. West Edmonton Mall, at one point, they had more submarines than the Canadian Navy. And they also had scuba diving, big vehicle that was taking up over the road that day. 2005, this monument was just built in Chinatown to celebrate Chinese New Year. Not often that you see somebody doing snow removal in their shorts. '06, I had a lot of spares, so I explored some of the museum collections at the UofA. So I took a tour of this biology collection. There's jars of different species here. Then I went to the engineering building, and there's quite a few displays on. So there was also a human ecology display here. Abercrombie and Fitch used to have windows that you could see right inside the store. The apartment near my house had burned the roof off. Capital X had a roll-up advertisement billboard. I worked at the homeless shelter, and we confiscated these. I crocheted this scarf from my friend Grace, who was in Italy for a semester, and somehow it got lost in the Italian mail. The UofA has a meteorite exhibit, and me and my friend Michael, we also got a chance to look at a collection of different plant species as well. So this guy pulled out some of the things that they collect and classify. '07, I made a little sign on the bathroom at work with Braille on it, and also there's some volunteers that volunteered there. '08, I celebrated birthday a little bit later, and I also got a new laptop. If you purchased on Valentine's Day, you got the mouse and the case with it for free, and a box of chocolates, but you had to purchase the red ones. And it's also a sad day in history because Vio is gonna be no more. Sony announced the end of Vio. In 2009, we had a conference call with our former pastor. I celebrated my birthday at Japanese Village. Some neat standees that I thought I'd show you. This was the up one, and this was the night at the museum. I passed by this block of snow on a pallet. Canada's greenest future shop opened up. Their TV tree no longer exists. They took it down. There's Southgate Transit Center in the final completion stages. 2010, I experimented with HDR photography for the first time. Some pictures of the art gallery there. In my faith fellowship, we had Guys Appreciation Day. 2011, nothing. 2012, nothing. Last year was 2013. Sony had an event on the Santa Maria, and so I was able to go on that boat for the first time and got to test their cameras and take pictures of models. West Ed opened up this Surface store, and I visited this McDonald's out in Stony Plain, and this McDonald's is gigantic. They've got a foosball table, a huge playground, and Nate had an open house. I also threw away my Red Wings jacket that I had for a very long time. So that's it for Throwback Thursdays.